On behalf of me and the fellas for Crew Golf, we would like to thank our sponsors listed below for helping us make this dream come a reality. What's up, everybody? We are back. Your boy Wesley's here for Crew Golf, and alongside me, as always, are my two compadres. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
I'm Colt.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are Whacker Golf, WCR. It's either that or work golf, but I think
we're the golf ball
Whacker
guys.
Okay, listen, I'm actually glad that you just said that. I was going to say this. I want to take a moment of silence, just 5 seconds. R.I.P. to the guy who messed with Happy Gilmore in that movie. The guy that said, like he passed away, like I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. So R.I.P. to the guy that every single person, I can guarantee, every single person who's ever stepped on a golf course and has tried to mess with somebody has said the word jackass like in the back of a swing. Everyone who's done it has no idea that he passed away. He deserves his what would you call it? He deserves his credit.
Flowers?
Because he deserves his flowers, but he deserves his jacket. He's probably getting his gold jacket in heaven right now, but he deserves his credit for what's it called? For everyone. Joe Flaherty is his name. I had to look it up. Joe Flaherty.
He gave comedic relief on that. That's
I mean, there was plenty of comedic relief in Happy Gilmore, but he obviously, but like you don't think about how much influence that guy had, because I feel like everyone has probably been like jackass on the golf course, or even anywhere for that matter, that heard.
Will not make this putt.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said,
jackass.
And then Volkswagen, like he again had more, even though he was only in it for you want to go to Sizzler, my treat. Like he had a lot more of a weight in that movie than
what people
his
know.
Like credit line would allow you to think. So
for sure.
I want to give that guy a shout out because, like I said, with I think with all of us being movie buffs, if you will, I think seeing that I was kind of like, oh, because we lost what I think we lost Chubbs. We lost Chubbs, and now we lost the heckler. We're just going to call him the heckler.
So I wonder who's going to play the
jeering
heckler.
fan is what he's listed as.
I wonder what they're going to call, who they're going to have be the jeering fan this time.
Okay, now from what I've seen in Happy Gilmore 2 that's listed so far, having Paige and having Zalatoris be his caddy again,
Sydney Sweeney be the cart girl.
I really feel like it's only appropriate if you're going to have Paige be in it, right? You're going to have an influencer. Why not double down and get a male influencer to avoid being canceled? And get Bob. Have Bob be the heckler.
That would be good. Well, Bob does sports.
Have him be the heckler. Just him. Have him roast whoever's golfing. I think that'd be sick. Either them or those guys that do it on social media. The ones
Bob Minery?
I don't know. I think it's is it country club adjacent? They're on the tee boxes and they're just trying to make guys step back from their swing.
Maybe.
Colt, hear me out here. Sketch.
Oh, dude.
You're gonna miss this putt, brother. You will not make this putt, brother.
I think
that'd be great.
That'd be funny.
They did, but what you got there, Ryan?
You know what I got there.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
I'm trying not to show logo just in case.
Why not?
Fuck them. Here we go. Oh, right there.
First off, shame on you. Diet's better, but
no.
Diet's way better. But I'm the guy that Colt just reamed out for 5 minutes because of what I put on my pizza. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to say our condolences to Flaherty and his family and everything, because I mean that guy, again, he was great in Happy Gilmore. And then on the lighter note, I would love to see. I think Bob. I'm not trying to kiss kiss Bob's rear end or anything. I just think he'd be a great heckler.
Bob Menery would be good too. Bob Menery's the guy. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's the guy who came out with like the NFL ones, where he's like acting really dumb. He used to post on Instagram. He was on Nelk. He was with Full Send there for a minute. But talking about like, I mean, he's same thing as Bob. You know, Bob does sports, but
just football.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was a little bit more vulgar, which was pretty funny,
Better.
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of him. But I mean, again, but that's not that. I feel like, and again, I don't know him. And again, This is a golf movie, so like you got to worry about golfers knowing him, you know. So I mean, whatever. Neither here nor there. I'm sure the Sandman knows what he's doing. But okay, so like we said, not this coming weekend, the following weekend, we have
his pet brother.
We have a tradition
Brother.
Unlike.
Go on. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. We have a tradition unlike any other, which is one of my favorite times of the year. And if you want to look at it like this, we have March Madness. I think they'd set it up like this because they're broadcast on the same company. It's obvious. But you have March Madness all the way through March and April. And then what is the following week after?
The Masters.
I think it's, I mean, why not?
Because like what the finals is always that Monday, so it's like
you have So the finals is next Monday.
Yeah,
and then literally the following Thursday you have Masters golf.
Yes,
next week is going to be awesome.
Okay, so side note, not to get off topic of golf here too far.
You're good.
Do you guys got Purdue or NC State?
NC State.
I want NC State to win so bad.
I don't like Zach
Colt
Edey.
knows why. Colt knows why. I'm so sick of the announcers, bro. I hope NC State buries Purdue, dude.
I think Zach Edey is just.
We're unanimous here. I think
he's so dominant though, dude. He's
so
good.
Edey.
Edey.
So the problem with it is that you need to make it so that the other four players around you beat you. And it's very tough because everyone that Edey is, and this is coming from a basketball standpoint, because I played in high school. The problem is they let Edey get too deep. He gets too down low. The dude turns around. He could probably, it'd be like shooting it's literally like shooting at a hoop that's eye level with you. That's
like
how
Yao
tall
Ming,
it is.
whenever Ming
basically,
was in the
and the way that Yao Ming had the biggest trouble is when he was so lanky, so tall, but Burns is gonna muscle him. I'm telling you right now, Burns is gonna make Edey's life hell.
I really just hope they let him play. That's gonna be the problem. Are they gonna let them play?
Because you mean the refs? You mean?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think they will, because it's what they want. And if they don't, I guarantee you, the naysayers out of the woods are gonna go, well, you know, they weren't letting them play because they want Purdue in the finals because Edey, blah blah blah. I think DJ Burns, the fact that DJ Burns was getting football scouts looking at him because of his freaking build and his athleticism, I think Burns is going to give Edey a hell of a time, to which the further you push out, I'm putting my hands, you guys can't see, the further you push out Edey, the easier it is for your other four players to double and help, which means then Edey's going to have to kick it out and your other four players are going to have to beat you.
And I think NC State shoots better.
Yeah, and what?
I think NC State shoots better.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
but with that too is, I mean, we're talking about DJ Burns and Zach Edey. I don't know any of the other four players that are on Purdue, because none of those players are really like game changers. So it's like
they got their little point guard. I think for Purdue, he can shoot you out of the gym.
But
if
he gets hot, but I think, you know, NC State's just more athletic. I really think NC State's going to win, in my opinion.
I don't think it matters who plays. I think Connecticut's going to beat the living crap out of whoever they play.
I think now they will.
I mean, it was everybody was talking about how Illinois' defense was going to be 10 times better than everything that they've faced so far, and they still beat them by 40. So
yeah, no, UConn's path is for them to lose, if you will. If they lose, it's because they just didn't do what they're supposed to and they played terrible. Yeah. That's really
honestly,
what it is.
If I'm being completely 100% honest with you, I'm pretty excited to watch UConn versus Iowa, because I can't wait to see Paige versus Caitlin Clark. I think that's going to be awesome because I personally think Paige is the better basketball player and overall standpoint. Caitlin Clark can shoot you out at the gym, but I don't know, man. Before Paige tore her ACLs.
I will say that Paige Buckets is a better ball handler than Caitlin Clark is.
Caitlin Clark's the best shooter
ever, in
female-wise ever.
But Caitlin Clark's ability to get to the rack is not as good as you think it is. Her ability to get to the rack is only good because everyone's over pursuing her 3-point shot. She's Steph Curry in 2015. Like, you can't leave her that open. So everyone's pursuing her, to which then after she pump fakes you and blows by, third grader could dribble right by and go straight in. So, I mean, but Paige is a lot better of a lateral mover, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, you haven't heard much about Paige in the last couple of years because she tore her ACL.
Because of her injuries.
She tore both ACLs, one after the other. But she came in as, like, the highest graded freshman of all time.
Yeah, she won Player of the Year as a freshman.
So, like, you don't really see much about her. And then obviously she just beat that other Juju was her name, I think.
The
girl from
Juju
USC.
Watkins, yep.
Yeah, she was very good too. She's
who,
really
in my
good.
opinion, should be Player of the Year this year. But it's going to go to Caitlin Clark.
She broke too many records this year for her not to be.
That's really what it comes down to. And everyone's talking about her, and it would be a sin and almost blasphemy if they didn't give it to her. The problem is she broke records. And what records did she break? Did she break any records that were season records? Which records did she break?
3-pointers in a season.
Okay, which is what she's known for. Okay,
3-pointers in a career.
Can't say that.
I think
career doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure she points in a season.
If points in a season, okay, that's remarkable. As a senior, you look at what Juju Watkins does as a freshman. You have to compare that as well.
For sure, she did put up 51.
I think that's what I'm saying. She put up a 50-piece nugget, dog.
She did, and well apparently I just saw the video the other day, but apparently the announcer when they were doing the interview with Juju, she was like, "Caitlin who?" And she goes, "Nah, nope, we're not gonna do that. We're not."
Good.
Juju was like, "No, we're not gonna do that because Caitlin Clark's her own. Caitlin Clark. We're not gonna do that."
Well, I mean, on top of that too, it's like, how are you gonna don't talk about another athlete while you're talking to me about me?
Yeah,
weird.
It is super weird.
But anyway, getting off track. Ryan's literal words were, "Let's not get off track," and we literally got off track.
I mean, to be fair, it is a golf podcast. We did say that we would talk about sports in general.
Yeah, you're right. No, so all right. I didn't watch any of the Valspar the Valspar tournament. Off the top of my head, I can't. Or this one was the one that was in Texas this past weekend. I think it was. Was it a hospital one? I can't. Was it St. Jude's?
Maybe.
I can't think. I didn't watch any of it. I worked.
Get that out of your mouth, please. Need help? Sorry.
You're good. No, you just put that in your mouth, please. If I had a nickel. But I didn't watch any of the golf, so I don't really know. I saw Scotty was leading a little bit in the hospital one. My boy Tony Finau was up there. I really thought he was going to pull it off because he won the last one, or he won last year's, not the last one. So I was really hoping that Tony would win, but Tony had a really bad day, so that kind of kicked him out of contention. But who do you guys think is going to win the Masters? Like, what do you really thinking's like what are you? Okay, I shouldn't say who's going to win. What are you expecting to see from the Masters?
Am I expecting to see?
Yeah, like who do you expect's going to be up there? And like, if you don't hear their name, you'd be like, oh wow. I thought there's an easy answer.
Yeah, there's one easy answer for sure.
Absolutely, because he's hot. Because he's hotter than a fucking $2 bill. Pardon my language.
Old Scotty. That's the easy answer.
If he's not in the top, on the board all weekend, I'd be like, oh, what happened? Where's he at? What's going on? And to be fair, I have a coworker who actually lives in Augusta. We were talking about it, and she's like, you would actually be very surprised that how not great the rest of the city is compared to just the golf course.
Oh, really? Like it's a total asshole?
Yeah, she's like, it compared to the what they show on TV is nothing like what you would think Augusta should be looking like, because she
Wow.
lives there. She literally lives in Augusta. We were talking to her about
Wow.
I was like, well, me and a buddy were like, why don't you rent your house out? You could rent your house out for
Airbnb that. You can make a ton of money that weekend.
She goes, I rent my house, and I go, I guess that stinks, but yeah, she was like, it's not that great of a town, which kind of stinks, because I was like, oh, that kind of sucks a little bit.
You would think, yeah.
It's like how much effort they put into making this the greatest golf tournament of the year.
Well, from what I saw, and I don't know if this is true, I would love for to speak to somebody like one-on-one, or anyone who's ever at least been to the golf course. Not been to the golf course like watching it, but like been and played on the golf course. And I know there's like rules and everything or whatever, but like supposedly you can, if you can afford to play there for a round, you can, I guess, in certain time frames of the year.
Oh, really? Everything I've heard is you have to be either invited by a member to be even thought about playing there.
Oh, see, again, I don't know.
There's a guy that I follow on TikTok who's like actively trying to play like at
I would love to see what the golf course looks like in
3 months from now,
in like August, when like there's nothing planned there. Because like from what I did see something online that they bring in sand, and they obviously bring in fresh azaleas for the tournament.
Wasn't there a thing last year? Didn't they get some like flack because they had to paint the grass or something like that?
I feel like I heard that.
You are definitely cooking something there, because I definitely think I heard that as well.
I thought if it wasn't last year, it was the year before, but I felt like they got into some trouble because they were
like the way that
like,
the NFL paints the grass.
Yeah, like literally, like they spray painted the grass. I feel like.
See, I wouldn't know that.
I gotta look it up.
It does. That does sound like something, because like I feel like that was something that was touched on, along with the fact that like the sand that they always bring in like new sand every year, and it's not like, because obviously it's like Augusta, it's in Georgia. It's like a certain kind of sand they bring in just for the tournament. So I don't think it's like.
Well, this says this was back in 2019.
A few years ago. Okay.
Well, it was more soon than that. It was like more recent, rather.
Either way, I'm kind of excited for it.
I'm pretty sure I heard that, but
I mean, it kind of is ringing like a very slight bell.
I guess you know how it's gonna sound really weird, but I'm so excited for it that I'm gonna watch this week's women's. I think they start this week.
What?
I think women play first. I think women play this week.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think women play this week and the men play next week.
It's possible. So I'll look into it. But getting into, obviously I think Scotty is the answer that everyone's like, if he's not there, then something's happened. But I want to say this, and I want to get it on record. What, a week it'd be just a week in advance, 8 days. If Xander Schauffele is not playing well, then I'll take Ryan's ice bucket punishment and dump it on myself.
Why?
I'll sit right here. Take it. I'll take it, because
Oof.
I don't. He's played. I think he's played the Masters fairly well the last recent years. It's just he can't get there. Can't get to it. And in recent weeks, the same way as Scotty, it's just Scotty's outplayed him. I think he's been playing very well. His name's been up there. He's been top 5 in a couple of the recent tournaments. So I'm really thinking that this might be the one where he's like, you know what? He just hits that next level and wins it. And I wouldn't mind Colin Morikawa too. But I don't think he will. He hasn't been playing very well lately.
No, but these are those tournaments that people are made of. You know what I mean? Like, these are the ones where, like, I was talking about Dahman. He just comes out of nowhere and he like, he's second and third.
Turns it on, dude.
Yeah, like this tournament, like those after the first 2 days, you'll see like some guy on the board, and you're like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
Yeah,
and you just see him making crazy shots. He's getting out of the rough and on the green and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I was watching I was eating after I got back from the dentist. I was watching a video of just Tiger Woods' best shots or whatever.
Oh,
The amount
God.
of times I've seen that dude, like the amount of times you see him get out of the rough or out of the sand from with a 6-iron from 250 or 230 yards away, and somehow lands it 10 feet from the hole, and you're like, okay, who's taking that shot?
It's so awesome to me that, like, even though, again, you say Tiger, you know exactly who he is, right? But
Yeah.
you could say like how other athletes have their like famous nicknames. It's like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is. Like, oh, like again, even though it was his name, sort of. Like you say Magic, you know it's Magic Johnson. You say MJ, you're talking about MJ, right? And it's like you say Tiger, you're talking about Tiger, but that wasn't Tiger's nickname. Tiger's nickname in golf was the Magician, because the dude would pull out crazy shots. It's like, where the heck did he pull that out from? And it's coolest... like, and he's not known for being that. He's not known for being the Magician. He's known for being Tiger, and that is the coolest thing ever.
What I thought was really cool is there was like a shot. He was stuck behind a tree, and like he just didn't care about his golf clubs.
Oh, the one he broke?
He'll break a golf. Like he doesn't care about breaking a golf club. He's like, I'll just play the rest of the round without my 7. We'll figure it out.
And then he knows tomorrow he'll have a brand new 7 in his bag. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and there's their rule, right? They only have like 14 clubs in their bag.
It
correct?
is it's 14 clubs, yes. And if
you
something
can't change it unless something breaks.
You can't change it unless something breaks. And if something breaks, like during your, let's say again, like Tiger broke it in round 2. At the end of round 2, he has to submit the club that he wants to like replace or change. He wants to change his bag. Like, let's just say, for example, he has a 5 hybrid and he breaks it, and he's like, you know what? The 5 hybrid didn't work. I want to switch to a 4 hybrid for the next round. He has to submit that club the day before. It has to go through like testing by like the PGA to make sure he's like, basically he's not corking it, or if you will. He has to make sure that it passes all the tests that he can play with it the next day.
Yo, speaking of 5 hybrids,
here we go. Here we go.
Nah, we'll wait till later on.
This was an unintentional segue. I have no idea what's about to be talked about.
No, you might as well go with it, Ryan, because now
we'll wait, because are we going to talk about our tournament or no?
I mean, yeah, let's dive into it. I mean, because again, we probably would have talked about it a little. Colt addressed it a little bit in the 5 or 4 holes that we played, but I assume it would have been addressed a little more openly if both of you were there. So dive into it.
Yeah, so let's Colt, let's hit him with the outing. So what was the date? The 29th?
Yes.
And what was more importantly, and I'm not trying to be a dick, what was the cause or the outing for?
It was my nephew's travel baseball team, the STL Grind. Hashtag shout out for the STL Grind there.
Okay.
They were just having a little fundraiser for the team to help fund the year and whatever.
Because travel ball sports is a crime, but
it is insanely how expensive.
It's very expensive.
That's not. We're not
so myself, Colt, our buddy Casey, and our buddy Matt went to Aberdeen, which is down in Eureka. For those that don't know,
Missouri.
Eureka, Missouri. Aberdeen's it's a links course, right? Is that what it is considered as a links?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's very flat. Most holes are very straight. There's a couple dog legs. Anyway, so Colt and myself, along with our 2 buddies, we played our first ever outing, and it didn't go terrible, right?
Like, we didn't get last.
We did not get last.
We got like middle of the pack.
Was there? Let me ask, because I love when outings do this. Was there a prize for last place?
No,
not that I know.
Some prize. Okay, so I've been to 2 outings, and none of these outings are they're not whatever. This is just a side note. They give out children's plastic golf club sets to each golfer that finishes. Like Ryan, see, Ryan's already getting it. They give it to they go. That would be funny. Here, get back to practicing. Like, and it's like that's the best burn ever.
if I had to like say where we finish, I would say like middle of the pack.
Okay.
Ish.
All right.
Yeah. So winning team was 13 under. If I'm being honest, I'm not convinced.
No one ever is.
The team that took second shot 6 under. And the team that took second and shot 6 under,
7 stroke spread
Yeah, so the team that shot second and took 6 under looked like a team that would shoot 6 under. The team that shot 13 under had like 2 16-year-olds and 2 dudes that were like 50, 60 years old. I don't believe it. Whatever, I digress.
Sus.
We as a team, we shot even. We shot an even 72. We were 1 under going into the 18th and decided to bogey the hole. It is what it is. It's our first outing.
The pressure mounted.
I don't even want to say pressure because like we all saved our mulligan for the hole too, because essentially we wanted. I wanted to shoot even or under. Like I didn't want to be in the plus side.
Mm-hmm.
For the tournament. So we all took like our mulligans, and my first shot, me and Casey both drove onto the fairway. Casey's a little bit farther, so we took his.
Is this on 18?
This is on 18.
Oh, okay, the last hole. Okay, all right. Sorry, my bad.
And then we're about, I don't know, 155, 160 out. I pull out my seven.
Maybe.
I pull out my 7. I hit a perfect 7 shot. Like it was like in perfect line. Like if you were to go look where my ball ended up landing, perfect line with the hole where it stopped. But the wind was blowing, dude. I don't know,
a million miles an hour all day.
It was. I when I was on the range, it was real bad too. So,
and I hit this ball and it felt perfect. And as I'm just watching this ball, it just keeps drifting and drifting and drifting. Hits on it sticks on the green. But when it sticks, the wind is still just pushing so hard that it sticks and rolls another 3 or 4 feet into the water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm mulligan here. I mulligan, chunk it to the front of the green. And then we chip over.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. Did you guys know there was water up there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any hole.
The water's hard to miss.
Any hole that is surrounded by water, no matter, I mean, like the island hole, the island holes are different because it's whatever. But think if you know your science or whatever, any hole that has water near it or like on it, the greens are going to traditionally run that way. Unless it's like you could tell it's sloped backwards, it's designed the opposite way.
Well,
any green is going to run towards the water because it's like you're planting it. So the water, the ground is trying to get to the water so it can grow. So that's just something that's always been taught to me, unless it's structured otherwise.
So you came out and said you've never played Aberdeen.
I never have, no.
So at Aberdeen, 1 and 6, and then 9 and 18 share greens.
Okay. Oh. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. No.
Here yet. Yeah, they're huge. They're like very big greens.
I don't care. No. Gross. That means I really don't have the whole green to work with.
No, you don't. But
no.
Continue, Ryan, with.
Yeah, so I want to hear why this 5 hybrid is important.
Yeah, so we play the tournament. We do well. Truthfully we had a pretty good day. I had a couple very good putts that just did not fall for me. Colt can attest.
Dude, probably one of them being 60 plus feet.
I really feel like Ryan. Ryan. I feel like Colt told me that you were putting your ass off.
For like 6 straight holes, he was like literally money on putting.
Yeah, I like within 2 feet for like 6 straight holes.
Yeah, Ryan
Colt
holes, was saying that.
The first hole where I had my first really good putt, I was 20 to 30, 25-ish away, and I lipped the putt. And
who was putting first?
Me,
right.
All day.
Hey, that's what you want then.
So I first one, like 25-ish, lipped it. And I'm like, oh my god.
Hard lip or like
Yeah, it was a hard lip because it ended up like 4 or 5 feet from the hole.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean that helps.
So then, very next hole, same thing. We're probably a little further out. We're probably 30-ish, give or take. Putt it within 2 inches.
Short or long?
Short. I roll it all the way up to the cup. Short it 2 inches, bro. And I'm like, oh my god! And then like the next 4 holes or whatever, got them pretty close to the hole within 2 or 3 feet or whatever. So we do that Friday. We do that Friday. I decide. Well, Casey, our buddy, invites me. He's like, "Hey, we got a spot open Sunday."
I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. If Ryan's not having a great day on Friday, don't invite him to come out again that same weekend.
We had a good day on Friday.
We did. Off the tee box, Ryan did not have a good day.
Yeah, no,
Friday.
I'm just.
He's still, but listen, he's still working on it. Okay, it's a work in progress.
But it was. Listen, this is probably Ryan's. And just being honest, Ryan's worst day off the tee box.
Okay. What, on the tournament or
in the tournament? I think it was Ryan's worst day off the tee box.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, my putts were good.
His putts were really good, though.
We did use 2 of my drives out of the 18. We used 2.
Are we talking like?
No, they were not straight.
No.
I played the slice.
Damn it! All right.
And then it landed in the fairway, and the other 3 guys just yacked, and we ended up using 2 of my drives. Anyway, so I had a good day Friday. Felt pretty good Friday. Casey's like, "Hey, we need a 4th Sunday at Wolf Hollow."
I've heard of Wolf Hollow.
And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, let's do it." And we went and did it.
I think I know where this is going.
And so I got there 45 minutes early, probably. The 2 other guys we were playing with, they were out on the range. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go out to the range. Dude, I get out to the range. I'm driving straight. I hit my driver.
Always.
I hit my 4-wood. I hit a 7-iron. And I hit my pitching wedge. I took those 4 clubs to the range, get up there, driving straight, hit the 4 hybrid great, 7-iron killing it, pitching wedge. Pitching wedge is my club, bro. That's my club.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, bet. Like I'm feeling good. Casey gets there, I take the golf cart, go to pick him up.
Guaranteed you're bragging, bro. I'm hitting straight today. Like, guaranteed.
I'm like, dog, like, feeling good. Like, we had a good day Friday. It's carrying over here. It's going to be a good day. We get on tee box we started on 10 because there was a family. It was Easter Sunday. There was a family on 1, and it was like, dog, they were like 7 deep, and they were just slower than molasses. So we started on 10.
They were 7 deep, like beers?
No, like people.
Oh,
people. Ew. And so we go to start at 10. We get up to first hole, right into the woods, dude. Right into the woods. Dog leg right into the woods. Whatever. So I drop at the edge of the woods. We play the hole out. We're like, I don't know. Casey's going to watch this. I don't remember what hole. We're probably hole 4 or 5. And brother, I'm just, everything that can go wrong is going wrong for me. I can't hit my pitching wedge well. I am not putting. I am like
how it is.
I am thinning the ball.
That's how
I'm
it is.
Chipping. I'm not driving straight. I'm talking top of the ball. Everything that can go wrong was going wrong.
Okay.
So I drive a ball, played my slice, playable off the fairway up on a hill. I think this is like hole 5. I think. Or 4. It's 4 or 5. One of the 2. Anyway. Get up there. And I top this ball. And this ball, I don't even know how far it went. But at this point, I am just having a meltdown. Absolute mental breakdown. And I took my 5 hybrid, which is what I used to hit this ball. Because I thought it out. I thought it out because I knew I was already pissed going up to the ball. I hit the ball, and I yeet this club directly at the cart path, and I broke it. I bent it. I bent the shaft on it, but it's fine. It's fine. I never used the 5 hybrid because typically, my 4 and 5 hybrid, I hit the same yardage, which is like odd to say, but I rarely ever use my 5 hybrid anyway. Because if I'm going to use a 5, I'm either going to use a 6 or I'm going to use my 4. I don't use my 5 hybrid. Yeah. So that's happened Sunday.
Not a plug, not a whatever. If you want to get your shaft fixed, go ask for Chris. He's the only Chris that works there. Golf discount in O'Fallon. Tell him that Wes sent you. They're right in front. They're right by 364. Tell him that Wes sent you. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it right now.
Okay,
I still got to get. I got to get back mentally to wanting to play.
So I'm going to say this. So this is because obviously you weren't there on Monday when we played. Colt had, I think, 2 shots of the 4 holes we played where he was like, man, I really could have used what I think Ryan, you have a 52 that you guys share, or 54?
Yeah.
He was like, man, I really could have used Ryan's 52 there. And I really thought that you were going to need your 5 hybrid, and it was in his bag. So I was like, I thought you were going to be pissed that you didn't have like a 5 hybrid. It was a matter of time you were going to break a club. I really thought you would have gotten till like May at least, but
nah. I did it on Sunday.
Yeah. It was bound to happen.
I mean, it was going to, which is fine. And don't get me wrong, I've never broken a club, but I have scratched the face of a 8 iron. So I've been there. I get it.
During our outing, again, I have been playing with like a shoulder injury. For some reason, during our outing, I figured out how to hit my irons 30 plus yards farther with all of them, which was a little bit odd.
Colt also, side note, I didn't mean to cut you off, Wes.
You're good. You're fine.
Colt drove straight for like the first 10 or 11 holes. And then Colt had like a 3-hole stretch where Colt couldn't hit anything straight. And then like the last 4 holes, everything was straight again. I don't know if he got tired or what, but it was weird.
Idea.
It was just for like 3 holes.
It's one of
it was weird too because you normally slice, and like the 3 holes, if I remember right, I think you hooked.
So
with 3 of them.
with the overcorrection that I'm doing with my hand now, like I'm hooking because my swing is too long. That's the problem. Like whenever my swing is just like fluid and coming through the swing zone, I guess you could call it.
Pass.
It's like a straight. But if I'm like too long with my arms, like coming through, I'm hooking them.
You come across the ball.
Yes, I'm coming across the ball instead, so I'm hooking it. And I did have like 3 holes where it was straight, like I was just straight hooking them.
Let me ask, if you can remember, mentalization this. The hole that you played before the first hole you played bad. So those 3 holes were the 3 holes where you stunk, right?
It was a par 3.
The hole before it was what?
A par 3.
It's always that mental break where because like obviously you probably had a par 3 or 2 in those 10 holes where you didn't have but you went fine. It's just that sometimes that mental break where you just kind of like, not say you forget your swing, but you play iron, you putt, you chip, and everything else. And then all of a sudden you go back to your driver. It's not like you forgot how to do it, but it's not like where you forgot how to do it, but it's just like you take that brain fart and then it happens. And then that brain fart causes you to forget how to swing. And it's like crap. And you just need like a mental reset where it's like, shoot, I probably should just like, I've done it where it's like, oh, man, I don't know if my driver's just gone. Let me just like, I'll either 3-wood it or I'll just grab like a 4 iron and smack the crap out of it just to get like that like erase out of your head. Like how it's like, you know what? Good shooters need to see one ball go in the hole and they can start feeling it again. You just need to forget like off the tee box. You just need to hit one straight. It's really what it comes down to.
And that's probably what it was. And I guess Ryan said I had a pretty good day off the tee box.
Yeah, off tee box is pretty good.
Then let me tell you something. We get to this freaking long drive hole, okay?
Oh.
And we get to this long drive hole, and mind you, I'm not really thinking I can win this thing. I'm not, but I want to give it a run.
Oh, right? Always. Yeah, you at least got to try.
So honestly,
you technically paid for it.
Yeah. So Ryan, I think hits his first one, and I think it's actually good. Like I think we're able to take his. his ball.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was one of my 2 drives that we used that day.
And then me and Casey come up there and just absolutely rip. Okay.
Of course. Seeing as how you have a ball that's now, was the longest drive, was that the ball you had to play, or was it like an additional ball?
No, you could you could have played it. Yes,
we ended up playing Casey's ball.
Like
Ryan,
if we drove a ball 400 yards, we just mark it and then we play it.
Okay, so
I think we ended up using.
We didn't have to leave the ball there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Ryan gets a good drive off the rip, and then I think we all three, me, Casey, and Matt. Which in Matt, I think in return was like far right, like over a bunker or something. So then me and Casey come up and we just rip. Okay. Well, we're both dead straight down the fairway, and I'm like looking at the fairway and where the little pin thing is that like marks how long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're all like, oh, we might have a chance here.
Yeah.
We drive up, dude, and I'm telling you, I'm probably sitting at 320, 315.
Yeah, you and Casey both. I think you guys were like 3 yards apart. You guys were 300 for sure.
Like we're up there, and we just, me and Ryan are literally we get to our ball and we both look at each other like we're like, this thing is still 70 to 80 yards in front of us.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
homie hit the ball like 380 yards because it was like a 455-yard hole, and we were probably where the longest drive was probably 60, 70 from the hole, maybe. So we're like 380-ish out from the tee box.
Just let you know this.
Par 5, okay?
Ew.
380-ish. Now, there were folks that were saying he got cart path help. And thinking about it, I did say something the day of, because this dude, I'm sorry. If I drive a ball straight, I'm 100% driving the ball way further than this guy does. The cart path runs the left side of the fairway. Okay. Directly to the left of the cart path is nothing but trees.
Okay.
So you got cart path help down the left side of the fairway that has trees on it, right? So you're either playing a slice or you just made a bad shot.
Yeah.
And you got cart path help all the way out to 380-ish yards.
Is that how far the drive went, or is that how far it landed?
Yeah. No, that's how far
that's like, yeah. So land and roll or whatever. It's not like, when you drive, it's not where the ball first impacts the ground, right? It's like where the ball lies, wherever it carries lies to, or whatever.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't carry 380. He hit it to 380.
No, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, that's 380 is an impressive drive, if you're asking me. But I mean, cart path assistance. Here's the thing I want to ask: where the stake was that marked it, was that where the ball finished, or did they like walk it over and go, "This is the line you have"? Like, was it a line?
No,
or was it the actual spot?
It had to be in the fairway.
They said that the drive had to be in the fairway to count,
which is standard.
Which the fairway from the cart path was
15
probably
yards.
No, it wasn't that far, but it was 10, 12 feet probably.
So then, what I'm wondering is if this dude got cart path assistance. Like, did he hit it over there and then the cart path, like, if there's a gap between the cart path and the fairway and it's the rough, I have a hard time seeing that this dude bounced it here and it got all the way over to where, yeah, see, something
That's what we were saying. Mind you, again, there could have been another guy who, like, drove farther or whatever, just wasn't in play. Like, from our view from the tee box, I was like, bro, we might actually have a shot at this.
Was there not somebody... Hang on. Was there not
I already
somebody...
know what you're going to ask, and no. Answer is no.
No one there watching it?
Same thing for the closest to the pin.
Yeah, that's...
Nobody's there watching it.
The closest to the pin was believable, though, because Wilk, he was only within 6 feet. Like, it's not like the closest to the pin, somebody got that thing 6 inches from the hole. Wilk got, like, 5-6 feet from the pin, and he was the one that won it.
And he was right in front of us, so I saw the we saw the shot, like where they're putting from.
So the closest to the pin was 100% believable, but the longest drive.
I hate when you go to outings and you have that honor system, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the honor system. It's like it really isn't that hard to get someone to volunteer 4 hours out of their day. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, was it? Yeah, it was a little windy, but it was kind of. It was nice.
The thing
to sit out there and just keep an eye on, to keep an eye on the ball.
The thing was too is like, so it was for my nephew's, baseball team, and it's not like they didn't have people there because they had like drink stations, you know. But to be fair, this was on hole 11. It was on hole 11, so we just came from the turn, which had a drink station. But like, there's kids and like with their parents and adults, like you could have had, two parents and two kids or whatever
sitting there watching
it. Yeah, sitting there waiting.
You said it was link style, right? So where one hole ends, the other one finishes, and you guys just finished 10, leaving the clubhouse. Let me ask you, did 11?
This particular, so hole 10 is straight, right? Okay. And it's a par 4 or whatever. And then where the hole is like on 10, right? 11 starts here and continues to go straight.
So it didn't it didn't come back.
And where it tees, so it didn't.
I got you.
You didn't make the turn. It was like,
it didn't come back 3. Or go different. Okay. That's I would say, because if it comes back, then you can double down and have like the drink station be where get 2 for 1, if you will. So that kind of stinks that they do that, but I'm not.
That's what it is.
I've seen some dudes mash some drives, and I've seen some dudes mash some drives. Then you see a guy that walks up, and he's 5'6", and I'm talking. I've seen a dude's like 6'2", jacked, mash a drive 320. Dang, he hit the shit out of that. Okay, but then I've seen guys come up that are 5'6", like 180, like built like Colt. And their ball doesn't deter. They have it the right height, and it carries, and they hit it fairly well and outdrive the guys that are 6'2", like 230 and built like, ugh. And it really just comes, like I said, I've seen skinny guys outdrive. I mean, like, look at, like, just for example, like you have guys like Bryson on the tour getting sometimes outdrove by Rory. Like it depends. Like I said, it depends on club speed. It depends on your everything. Like there's factors in play. Now, mind you, again, did you guys see the person who won it? Were they on that team who won?
No, no.
So then it could just been some random guy that's like, I hit golf ball hard. Like he could just be the guy that hits the crap out of it. So.
Brother, this was the doofiest. And I'm very judgmental, just full disclosure to anybody that watches this and anyone that knows me. I'm extremely judgmental. This was the doofiest looking guy I've ever seen in my life, dude. Just looked like man, what's the guy that played the cop in a Scary Movie?
David Arquette. David Arquette.
Was it David Arquette? You know what I'm talking about? What was his name? His name was Doofy, right?
It was Doofy because it was Dewey. Because it was Dewey in the movie.
Same guy, dude. Like for real.
Ah, sweet Lord.
And like I said, I'm not even saying that like Colt or two other, but I'm not saying that they should have won the long drive. I just felt that 380 yards was a bit unbelievable.
If you're gonna like if you're gonna play the part, at least look the part.
Yeah.
And then kind of round this out a little bit. Do we want to talk about our Monday for a minute?
The Monday coming up, or the Monday we just had? Oh, the Monday we just had. Okay, so I'll break it down real quick. It was our first one.
We could have a little "I told you so" moment. Quick.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. We had our first 1v1 round where we all played.
It was a 1v1v none.
Well, it was a 1v1v absenteeism, but we'll whatever. We basically were playing 9 holes, and the 9 holes total stroke score goes to a total count that will count in by October. And the person with the least amount of score or least amount of strokes come October wins the cup. And tomorrow, and we're playing one round at the end of each month. And this was our first round. Well, somebody in this room did not want to play because they didn't want to get wet.
Yeah, it was the weather, bro. It was the storms coming. I knew better. You guys got rained out.
And because you didn't at least show up, we gave you double bogey for the whole round. You shot 53.
Which is ridiculous because you guys didn't finish, but carry on. I digress.
But we showed up and we at least played our first 4 holes, which we shot better than. Well, we gave ourselves the opportunity to shoot better.
To be fair,
you didn't have to show up because you didn't finish anyway.
But again, I showed up, and on the second hole, I almost aced the second hole.
He did almost ace the second hole. He literally rolled past the hole. It was actually very disgusting. But you can't see it because you stepped.
I know. I'm so freaking mad. The only thing you can see is where my ball ended up at, but literally, it's right at it. It's rolling. I hit like a stinger, and you can ask Colt. You'll be able to see it. Ryan, I thought how you did, how you cleared the hole too. I thought I sent this ball. And I'm like, get down, hurry. And all of a sudden it lands short and it rolls. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And Colt goes, Wes, that might go in. And all of a sudden you see it. We couldn't tell if it lipped the cup, but all I know is it went at it and then it was to the right of it.
It got lost behind the flagpole for a second and then was right
all
behind
of a sudden it was right behind it. I think it was like a 2-foot putt.
It was rather awesome.
But again, I birdied that hole. So I gave myself the opportunity to shoot less than, what's it called? Listen, we gave you double birdie. Ryan, do you think you're shooting 53 on your own?
Yeah.
On your own. You think you're beating 53? Well, I mean,
I don't know that.
I mean, we also know you don't have a 5 hybrid, so
I don't need it. I don't use it. The one time I used it, I broke it.
I mean, so the way we looked at it, we gave you double bogey for the whole round, and then the holes that we didn't finish, we gave ourselves bogeys the rest of the way out.
And like because I said before, you also didn't finish very far behind.
That sounds like a you problem that you guys showed up because you didn't finish.
Well, had we not gone, we'd have just given ourselves all double bogeys.
Well, or we could have just postponed it a week.
Well, we can't because...
Or you could have just showed up, and you could have shot better than double bogey.
We can't. We couldn't postpone it a week because our guest comes next week.
You almost just blew his name right there.
I did. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a whole lot of what ifs, but
the thing
here we are.
If you're sitting at 53, I'm sitting at 47, and Wes sitting at 46. So it doesn't really matter.
I think it was 45, 46. I think. Did you shoot 46? Yeah, I think you shot 46.
I can't remember.
Ryan, for what it's worth, the first hole you beat me.
He shot a 7.
I shot a 7. You shot a 6. So you were winning after the first hole. See, you could have been winning by a lot more had you showed up.
Also, we came down to the rule that you do get a mulligan per round. One.
Yeah, one mulligan per 9 holes.
You also can get a breakfast ball.
Yeah, you definitely get a breakfast ball on the first hole. On the first drive, you mess up, it's a breakfast ball. You don't have to whatever, but you get one mulligan per 9 holes, and at the end of the year, the winner is going to do what they're going to do in 10 days, 11 days. We're going to put on a jacket.
It was honestly kind of funny. The first shot.
We're putting on a jacket in 11 days.
No. The Masters, they put on a jacket in 11 days. We're going to do that in October.
Put the jacket on somebody.
Yeah, put a jacket on somebody.
The first hole, we're about to tee off, and he pops out to the third baseman, probably.
Yeah, barely. Not even.
Maybe. Pops out to the third baseman, and he's like, well, I guess I got to play my ball for 3 at the third baseman over there.
Yeah.
I go to tee off. I'm still in, but I hit a line shot past the first baseman.
He goes, you know those trees, Ryan? He was in, but he was on the other side of the trees. So he had no shot.
No shot. He goes, we could breakfast ball. And I go, you know what? Let's do that. So we breakfast ball.
Literally added rules as we go.
So we breakfast ball. He hits his ball. He hooks it into the woods. But findable ball, but it was out of bounds. So he had to drop anyway. So he dropped. I piped mine down the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, piped.
But I somehow, like I said, earlier. I figured out how to hit my irons. I have my pitching wedge because I don't have your 52 to swing with. And I hit this sucker to hole 2. On to hole 2.
Basically.
From 50, 60 feet away, 60 yards away, maybe.
Basically. I'll put it this way, where Colt's second shot on hole 1 landed is where his first shot on hole 2 landed.
Yes, basically. Because I chunked my shot on 2.
Yeah. But that'll be out on Saturday, the 4 holes that we played. And then we'll obviously have the scores updated. I have the shot of the scorecard. I'm going to make a, what's it called, of the scorecard for the first 9 holes. And then we'll have it, updated every time we play a 1v1v1.
To also be fair.
To be fair.
We were trying to play through. They rang us in.
Yeah, that is true. We were going to play through it because the rain was, it was stop and go. We were going to sit and wait 10 minutes because we were ahead of the schedule because it wasn't like there were 3 of us playing. I think we left at 6:10. We stopped at 6:10. We weren't lagging, but they sounded the air horn for us to come in, which thankfully we did because there was a tornado in Chesterfield. So, but I think that's it for us. Yeah, again, this it'll be tomorrow when you guys are hearing this. We're gonna release the 4-hole 1v1v1 on 1v1v absent on tomorrow, Saturday, and yeah, and then I think what we said Monday we have I'm not gonna say the name. We have the guest playing. We're gonna play 2v2. How are we deciding the teams?
I don't know. I don't care. It's either way. It's up to you guys.
I get the guest.
You want the guest?
Because I'm the worst. I'm the worst, and our guest is going to be way better than both of you.
Okay, so you're balancing it out. Okay, that's fine.
He's also bringing us putters to try out, Ryan. Just let you know this. Yes, I told him I was
actually.
like he asked me what putters I wanted him to bring for us to try, and I was like, I know I
like
the
mallet
putters. That's what
I
I said.
Mallets are the big ones, right?
That's the one that looks it looks like a half of a yes.
Yeah, I like mallets, but it's got to have I need that visual line, right? So I can line that line up with the line of my ball.
On the golf ball. Okay.
He
at least you know that already.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna bring a couple for us to try out on Monday as well.
All right, bet.
Sweet.
I appreciate him. Let him know that.
Yeah.
Cool. I look forward to seeing you guys try him out.
And I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? The other question is, what are we gonna do about these microphones? Which we could talk about off this, but
yeah, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But that's it for us. If you guys want to go ahead and promote, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I'll be streaming most nights on kick.com/sluggerfps, or you can follow me on
Say that a little bit slower so they can hear you, dog.
kick.com/sluggerfps.
Slugger FPS. There you go.
Yes. Or you can follow me on Twitter. Or follow me on Facebook, Colt Ellis, or Instagram is the same thing as Kick,
which is at Slugger FPS.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ryan, I'll let you go ahead and send yours up.
Yeah, I don't really have a shout out or a plug, because truthfully, I'm not that popular.
Well, you know what? You're cool with us, man.
Yeah. Okay, don't let him lie to you. He has kick.com/natureboyfps. He streams whenever he's feeling himself.
It's not Nature Boy FPS on Kick. It's that Nature Boy.
Oh, that Nature Boy. Same thing.
Because I couldn't be the Nature Boy or just Nature Boy.
Well, I mean, there's already a Nature Boy, so
that's what I'm saying. I'm just.
Now, if you ever do birdie,
making it until I make it.
If you ever do birdie and you don't give us the Nature Boy celebration, okay, then just quit. Quit. When you birdie and it happens, I want to see the style and profile. Okay. But for me, I got a quick plug. If you notice, you're looking good, I went and got my barbershop cut today. Amelia was awesome to me. The Goat House, look them up. Great staff, great ambiance, wonderful job, straight blade, neck, everything, pluck the nose hairs out, and I was sipping on tequila the entire time.
Interesting.
Fire.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to talk to Caitlin.
That's what I'm saying. You guys can have a nice.
She has beer. She has beer.
Yeah, I was having tequila on ice. But shout out to the Goat House. They are They are on social media. Look them up. I am Wesley Goes Golfing on Instagram, TikTok, and I'm on Twitter. Wesley Goes Golfing, WESSLY. I think that's it for us, boys. So I will see you guys Monday.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll be in Cleveland for the weekend. So, I will. Hoping to see the UConn Iowa game live.
That'd be cool.
Fingers crossed. So, all right, boys. Have a good day. See you later.
Okay, see ya.
Later. Bye, guys.